Yo, 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 yo. You rocking with the fresh. It's the Kruze Review. I'm fly for QNY.
And TP.
Yeah, man, and this is Kruze Conversations, to where, we don't really play any music. We just talk about, different relatable topics, coming from both men and women. And I think the biggest topic right now that needs to be talked about, ain't nobody talking about. There was a time where, men just got a bad rap where, women were saying, all men are dogs and all of this stuff, black men cheat, always talking about cheaters and all of this stuff, men was getting a bad rap, for years. But here lately, it seems like things are taking a turn. It seems like more men have stepped up to the plate. And it seems like, women are, getting the light shine on them, so to say, in different scenarios. There's been a lot of breakups here lately. There's been Iman Shumpert and Teyana Taylor, and a lot of people, was a lot of people still, is shining a light so much on Iman, but what a lot of people forgetting and forgot that, Teyana had a buy side, to where, she was doing a thing with some women, and some of those women she was doing a thing with didn't want to include her husband. So, as much as people saying it's his fault, it isn't his fault. Because actually, Teyana came out and made a statement, and said, people won't be talking about her best friend. And she kind of put it out there for people, and said that they've been separated for a while. You know what I'm saying? So, you got that correlation that, if people know the background of it, then it is what it is. Then it jumped over to Jeannie Mai and Jay Jenkins. You know what I'm saying? AKA Jeezy.
Yeah.
There was a prolific video on the show that Jeannie Mai was on before they even got together, where she made a statement saying she like her dark meat on the side.
Yeah, I remember that.
So a lot of people is, going with that. And then there's, there's two different rumors of circulating of why, Jeezy put in the divorce.
Yeah.
A lot of people are saying, that, it's a family situation, to whereas they, her mom has been with them the whole time in the household. Now they saying, the brother is staying in the household. That can be a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's a sidebar rumor that's saying, that she was sexting another actor that has recently kissed her daughter. And there's footage of, this actor kissing their daughter.
Yeah, Slater from Saved by the Bell.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, if you seen you know, the likes of, you know, some of the clips that Jeannie made, then you know she's real flirty. So a lot of that, you know, can be true. You know, so to say. Then we gotta jump over to probably the biggest one here lately. You know, things circulating. It was talked about for a hot second, then it kind of went away. Then it just popped back out because of the footage that was released here lately. You know, a lot of things is going on with, you know, Easy. Is it Easy the Block Captain?
Yeah. Yep.
Remy Ma.
Yeah.
And our man Papoose. Yeah. So with both of those situations, not so much the Teyana Taylor, but I mean, you know, it was people, you know, said it with cheating inside of that coming from Iman, you know. But definitely these two aspects, you know, from Jeannie Mai and Remy Ma, seems like a lot of light is being shined on women doing dirt.
Yeah.
We don't talk a lot about, you know, women, you know what I'm saying, doing dirt. So what you guys say about these two aspects, bro?
Well, let's start with this Jeannie Mai and Jeezy situation. Always talk, man, especially when them two got together. This goes back to an old Kruze conversation we had. You know, because there was talk of like, you know, here go Jeezy going outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. It happened. So what?
Yeah.
It happened. So what? Who cares?
Yeah.
You know, worry about your own life and situation.
Yeah.
But
hold up. Before you go any further,
yeah,
you mentioned something. Jeezy going outside. Now, what exactly do you mean outside? Explain outside.
When I said outside, I'm talking about outside his race.
Okay, yeah.
That's what because that's the big talk that everybody was getting on him about.
Right.
Is about, oh, he went outside his, you know, well, that don't necessarily mean that he don't like black women.
Absolutely.
You know, I mean, what about all the relationships he had prior to him getting with Jeannie? I mean, he was with Keisha Cole. Why that situation didn't happen?
Yeah.
Why them two didn't get married?
Yeah.
You know, Jeannie just came along at the right time, and she was the right fit at that time period for them to get together and move on. You know what I'm saying? But one thing that I can say about this whole situation, when a brother do go outside his race, the one thing brothers is not gonna do is tolerate bullshit from the other side. So with your own, you might have a little tolerance level for certain things, but outside of that, zero tolerance. Zero tolerance, man. So that's my one thing I gotta add about that situation, is that when brothers do go outside their race, they're not gonna have a high tolerance for bullshit.
Yeah.
You know. So when something crazy happens, we gonna be up out of there. We ain't gonna stick around for that.
Yeah.
Now the Papoose and and the Remy Ma situation, this is one thing you gotta take into account though. It's easier for a man to move on and find a good woman There's many of them out here. There's more men. I mean, there's more women in the world than men.
Very true.
But on the flip side, it's very hard for a woman to find a good man.
Very true.
So I don't know if the rumors are true or if it's just rumors. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it could be just rumors. We don't know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but if it is true, Remy might have messed up, because I don't think you'll find too many dudes that'll stay solid while his woman does she did like a year and a half. She did. I think it was about a year. She did a year bid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's something to highlight too, man, is that we're not gonna find too many people. I mean, too many men, not people. Too many men is gonna, stay solid during that time.
Yeah.
A lot of y'all like drama and bullshit. And that's one of the reasons why I think Remy Ma ain't really came out and said nothing, if the situation is not true. If it ain't true, it's probably a marketing ploy, because y'all like drama and bullshit.
Yeah.
I proved that a couple weeks ago from us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad you mentioned that.
Mm-hmm.
But here's another play on both of these situations that I want to ask you from your point of view, because a lot of people, they're not looking at it in this detail. We'll start with the Jeannie Mai situation first, because a lot of people are also saying, and I held out for this because it goes with the other situation as well. Another rumor of what they're saying is, Jeannie Mai wants to, walk her daughter in the neighborhood, to school, and Jeezy ain't with that. And she likes to be seen on social media, and Jeezy ain't with that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So this goes along with the Remy situation. For a lot of years, and this goes back to Pun finding Remy. It was a time to where, Remy could always rhyme. But as far as, her looks, people wasn't always up on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it seemed like when she was gone, she worked on her body more. She worked on her detail as far as, her looks. She came out a little bit softer to what she looked like to where she went in.
Well, I think that was Love and Hip Hop who did that.
Yeah.
That was like the introduction to, I think it was Love and Hip Hop.
Yeah. Well, what a lot of people forgot is that, Remy, she had a past before she got with Pap. She had a little thing going with Fab. And then she had a little thing with Jewels too.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
No, I didn't know about that.
So nowadays relationships in marriage, when it comes to, we speaking about from the women's aspect, would you say that, women like in that category that didn't really, they wasn't like the mean girls in high school. They was kind of like the opposite, like, getting bullied or, called ugly and all of that. They wasn't in, the top 5 of their high schools.
Yeah.
They probably was a little bit chubby. And now, we got the social media era.
Yeah.
And now, a lot of these women are in relationships and they got good husbands and stuff like that. You just mentioned something. you said, it's hard for, a woman to get a good brother. Now, we both know how dudes, conduct themselves when it comes to females. We know, how dudes be in inboxes.
Yeah.
Or whatever, like that. Would you say, women of that nature that are even in relationships and got a good man, got a good dude, that holds it down, would you say, a lot of these women like the attention that they're getting, since you said that, women like BS and drama?
Yeah, hell yeah. Because, I wasn't talking about women per se on the BS and drama. I was talking about the audience.
Yeah, absolutely.
The audience, period. But,
absolutely.
But something just popped in my head, too. That goes back to the, what's her name? Aisha Curry situation.
Yeah.
That goes right back to that when you were speaking about how coming up, they wasn't chose as the most popular girl, maybe in the neighborhood or in school.
Yeah.
So when they finally get it together, it's like damn. And something else too, when you look at Easy the Block Captain, he kind of looked like Papoose.
Yeah, he
in
do.
certain aspects. You see some of his pictures, are like, man, he kind of look like a younger Papoose.
Yeah.
So that's kind of,
yeah.
I was,
Yeah, he do.
So, yeah, I think that definitely plays a ploy in situations like this, man. Is kind of like, it's kind of like a dude finally getting the money.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
They finally getting the money. They gonna be trying to do any and everything that they didn't do.
Exactly.
Coming up, so.
Yeah, because Charlemagne says it best. He says attention is a drug, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of people like attention. And, when it comes to women have this aspect of thinking that a man's always cheating and going to look through his phone and, check inboxes and DMs and stuff like that. But one thing that's not mentioned, from men in general, on social media is, how men get at women, whether they see a ring on the finger or, whatever, even, on these jobs or whatever. A lot of women got work husbands and stuff like that. A lot of women, go out to eat with dudes. They bring stuff into work for dudes, you know what I'm saying? And it's not to say that something's going on their part, but, women also have a factor in, I'll say maybe 87% of women have the naive factor along with them, because a lot of women do things on a genuine basis in good hearts. But that don't mean that, the things that they do for other guys that they're not in relationships with, such as, guys they work with or guys, they grew up with or went to school with and you know what I'm saying? Doesn't mean that they got that genuine factor.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And women have this thing where they call, he's like my brother, we grew up or whatever. If you gave some of these brothers the chance, you know what I'm saying, to get down and you throw it at them, a lot of these brothers is going to take it. There's different YouTube, little shows or whatever. Some of them, are made up, but some of them ain't, where, there's a guy with a phone and he has, two women there, and he was like, this your best friend, and does your best friend know your boyfriend? And has your best friend ever got with your boyfriend? And the woman's like, no. He's like, let's try to call him and see if he'll take it or whatever. Or whatever. Or he'll put the guy in that standard to call, his woman's best friend to see if she'll do something or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And it happens.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But, we see a lot of that on the men's side. But when it comes to women, women are very conniving, and women don't always talk about and share, you know, different guys that, you know, inboxed them and got at them or whatever, you know, from relationships to marriages. A lot of women, you know, are not open like that. You know what I'm saying? Especially on social media. We know that there's a following of African men that wants to marry American women just to get their green cards, just to get citizenship.
Yeah.
So they inbox women and things like that. And, you know, there's women that, you know, if you count daily throughout a week, there's women that share at least 2 pictures a day on social media, you know, daily, weekly. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of them say, oh, you know, I'm not worried about the likes and all of that. But a lot of them are.
Yeah.
A lot of them are. And it's the same thing. A lot of women just, you know, say, well, I'm just sharing a picture. But, you know, even though she might be doing it in a genuine manner, it doesn't mean that there ain't no guy on there hearting, you know, it for, you know, other purposes and reasons. And now, you know, we got these Instagram and Facebook stories to where, you know, people post stories, you know, just so they can see who's looking at their stories. And now they made a feature to where you can see when somebody's messaging the person on stories or whatever. They got a feature on there where you could turn it off, but nobody's talking about that, you know. So I say that to say this, you know, Remy, and we gonna post it on here so y'all can see it. After these allegations came out, you know, there's a video of Remy, she's singing, I can't remember the song she's singing, but she's laying in bed with a bra, you know what I'm saying? And she got, you know, 2 of them knockers out, you know, playing in her hair. I think she's singing a Beyonce song, and it's like,
yeah, yeah.
Now why would you do that?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If these allegations isn't true, why would you do that? And if you look at the video to where she's telling Easy to Block, you know what I'm saying, the Easy to Block captain, that the camera's right there and the way he turned around and how she looked, you know, sometimes you know, a lot of people go off of the action is done. Sometimes it's not about the action. Sometimes it's about the you know, how you entertain the action would get you in trouble.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So even if it ain't nothing that went on, still,
Are you trying to,
still the whole thing is it makes Pat look bad. And, you know, women, one thing women know from women that watch Love and Hip Hop to women that don't, that know Papoose, that really don't listen to their music, one thing all women know is that Papoose is a good brother. There's a lot of women that say they want a Papoose. Oh, I wish I had a man to act like Papoose or whatever. Papoose is a real stand-up guy for, you know, because there's videos of him saying he went up to that jail to see her every day. And he took losses from, you know, money, you know, from kids. He had kids in another relationship. He was taking his kids. He was taking her kids up there. Pat put a lot of stuff on the line. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that a lot of people don't think about when they think about us men, especially us black men. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of good brothers out here. A lot of good brothers. And one thing women can see is when another woman is messing up and playing a good man.
Yeah.
Women can see that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Women can see when another woman don't deserve, you know, a good man. You know what I'm saying? It's men out here that, you know, they'll do everything for their woman. You know what I'm saying? The same things that a woman should do for a man. You know what I'm saying? Making his lunch bag, making sure he got food going to work, making sure his clothes is ironed, you know, making sure he has what he needs, you know, making sure he made it to work or whatever. Guess what? Keeping the kids. It's men out here to do the same thing. That, you know, that do that stuff for women, and they women don't do that stuff for them, and other women pick up on it. What? Your woman got you coming to work buying snacks?
Yeah.
What? Your woman got you, she got you taking the kids and doing this, and where's she at? What? There's a lot of women that, you know, are saying Remy is foul just because the entertaining part. So is Jeezy. You know what I'm saying? And who's to say that same situation wasn't with Iman as far as, because, you know, with Teyana, what a lot of people forget about, Teyana was on tour. She did a farewell tour. And, you know, she was bringing different women up on stage, humping them, dry humping them and doing stuff. And women, you know, was touching on her. You know, we're going to throw some of the videos in here. But, you know, women seen that and was like, oh, she's just performing, you know, she's an entertainer. But, you know, she got daughters. How you think her husband was feeling? Ain't nobody say that. Well, he played in the NBA. I'm sure there was hoes and all of that. Nah, you know what I'm saying? Nah. So, you know, a lot of things that men do, good men do, are overlooked. A lot of things. You know what I'm saying? And that's the detail that nobody talks about. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, it's foul on a lot of ends. But I commend Teyana for stepping up and, you know, making a statement about it. But with the Jeannie Mai situation, you know, and there's rumors as well as, you know, saying that she's trying to fight for a relationship. Now, you know, if some of this stuff ain't true, then why is she trying to fight to keep her relationship?
Yeah.
You know? That's saying something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Let me add one more thing too on the Remy and Papoose situation. So you was saying all that about Papoose doing certain things for the kids and holding down the crib and, you know, all that, and you see other women out here seeing that. So Remy, don't think that now that all this garbage is out in the forefront, there's not other women out there that are younger than you, that look better than you, are plotting.
Absolutely. I'm glad you said that.
Are plotting now. Now that, you know, they see some ripples and things that are, you know, not so going good right now, there's other women out there that are plotting.
And that's not just Remy. That's all men. that's all men. That's something, you know, that is not thought about. That's forgotten about in a lot of these relationships and a lot of these marriages. That's something that's forgotten about. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because a lot of women like I said, there's good men, a lot of good men out here. There's a lot of good brothers out here that, you know, never, and don't complain about it, you know, never been a man Candy Monday, you know, and as much as, you know, her pictures are getting posted, his picture never gets posted. You know what I'm saying? You don't even know really if she's in a relationship because she never posts him. You know what I'm saying? She never, you know, gets him anything to make him feel, you know, accomplished as a man. She don't support him. There's a lot of men out here that's involved in all kinds of works, you know, on the side. They got side hustles, doing things, and you would never know that man is a mechanic. You know, you never know that man could, you know, remodel houses or, you know, do anything, you know, make, you know, create sneakers or whatever, or create t-shirts. You would never know because the woman that he's with don't say nothing about it. There's a lot of men out here that's going through that. You know what I'm saying? They get more, you know, highlighted on the stuff that they really ain't doing. You know what I'm saying? All because of the stuff that the woman went through with, you know, another man before him. Another man cheated on her, you know, before he came in. So she thinks that automatically, because it's what she went through, you know, with him, she's gonna go through again. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of men out here that, you know, that stop doing things for themselves, that stop going to the barbershop, that stop going, you know, shop and getting himself something because, you know, he's more dedicated on taking care of his family. You know, that forgot about, you know, doing things for himself. There's men out here that, you know, if you ask him, man, when's the last time, man, you went to the barbershop and got yourself shaped up or went out and bought yourself a pair of sneakers? This man out here that ain't done that in years. Or don't go out to bars and hang out. There's men out here that they ain't never been to the strip club. You know what I'm saying? And they the ones that get, you know, accused from doing dirt or whatever, talking to somebody on their job and stuff. When actually, you know, it's the woman doing it. It's some really good brothers out here, man, and it's really jacked up because, you know, they really take the penalty for a lot. You know what I'm saying? And just like bro said about Pap, you know, y'all really need to be focused more on that, on what you're not doing. Not so much what he's not doing, but what you're not doing. And, you know, I say that to say this, because we had this topic at work last night, and, you know, we talk about different topics all the time, and most of the topics is on, you know, men and men cheating and stuff. But the topic last night is, you know, because of these situations, is what about what women do? And the topic was, you know, for all women. And I'm gonna ask the question, you mean to tell me there's not one time you women out there fumbled a good dude?
Yeah.
Why ain't that talked about?
Yeah.
Yeah. So after that question was said, I'm gonna play something on a video that I want y'all to hear from a woman. And after this video was played, there was a real quiet, weird awkwardness after this video was played, and the people, you know, at the jail, you know, predominantly women, didn't have nothing to say after this one.
Women gonna get mad at me today, so if you can't take constructive criticism, baby, keep on scrolling. Many of you women are not really what you think you're cracked up to be. Like, some of y'all are really not great people to be in relationships with. Y'all know I work with couples every single day, and I'm gonna go ahead and make a list of everything that I have to work through. Quit coming into relationships trying to make a man secure your insecurities. That's your job. If you lack confidence, if you have low self-esteem, if there's still trauma that you're operating in, if you're self-critical, if you're judgmental when it comes to yourself, if you blame yourself, if you're still operating in guilt and trauma and everything else, baby, that's for you to handle, not him. Respect his space. Like, stop becoming so preoccupied and hyper aware of what a man has going on. As soon as you see his mood is off a little bit, you start becoming overwhelming. What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? Let me tell you how men are. A lot of men, when they are going through stuff, they may end up withdrawing or retreating because they're trying to figure it out. They're not always upset at you. Their moods are not changing just because of you. People go through things in a way that men are. They don't express themselves as much as we do as women. It's okay. Give that man some space. Oh yeah, the clinginess. Clinginess is cute to an extent, baby, but once you become codependent and you're always getting jealous whenever this person goes out, and you become anxious whenever they're not around you, you start blowing up their phones or they gonna hang out with their friends, that is problematic, and you're gonna push them away. As much as many of you all don't want to believe it, it's absolutely okay for a man to admire another woman. As long as it is a quick look, boom, and he's not staring, and he doesn't have a wandering eye, and he's not impulsive, and he's not a cheater. If he's all of those, baby, why are you with him in the first place? You're ignoring the red flags. You're settling. As long as that man is not window shopping or ordering off of the menu, relax. He has a visual appetite. If he sees a beautiful woman, it's okay to admire. Just like if you see a handsome man, you're going to admire him too. Relax. Stop letting yourself go. Just because you're in a relationship doesn't mean that you need to stop doing everything that you did in the beginning. If you always kept your skin together, your nails together, your lashes together, your hair done, your body was waxed up at the beginning, keep that same energy. Hold your end of the relationship. Remember, visual, visual, visual. A man still has a visual appetite, and he loves what he sees, baby, because you're going to stimulate a whole lot more in him. Don't let yourself go because you secured the relationship. As much as you want to believe it, you're not always right. As much as you want to to always be in control, you have to let some things go, baby. You cannot love a man the way you want to love him. If you study him, if you pay attention, if you actually listen, I guarantee you he would tell you how to love him. You cannot limit the way you love him to a love language. That's why I hate the conversation of love language. You can ask a man, what's your favorite love language? And he can say, oh, acts of service. And you think that's all you have to do to love him? No, baby, you got to study your man. Stop nagging him all the time. It's perfect. Okay, quit always expressing your dissatisfactions. If you see he's putting in efforts in other places, please uplift those efforts. Acknowledge him. Show that you appreciate that. If it's something like a pet peeve, baby, compromise. I know a lot of women have a hard time compromising. Baby, you got to find a middle ground. Sometimes it's just not worth you bringing up a dissatisfaction. A lot of you all just be nagging. You're pushing that man away. It's okay. He's not always going to fit your idea. He's not always going to satisfy you in every area. Baby, I promise you, every trait that you may have on your beautiful checkoff list, he may not measure up to every single one of them. That's why you have to be selective. But stop nagging all the time. You can't read minds and you can't predict the future. So stop trying to interpret things and stop trying to jump to conclusions. Baby, it's not healthy. It's a distorted way of thinking and it will kill your relationship. Being independent is okay, but why do you have to be so independent that you're unreceptive? Men love to be needed. If you're so independent that you won't even allow him to help, what is he there for? Stop involving everybody in your relationship. I don't care if it's friends or family. They have no place to be in your relationship. So stop involving them. Their opinions do not matter. Their advice does not matter. They are not the person that you are sleeping with. Relax. You think you're doing something when you're comparing your man to everybody else. You're comparing your man to your best friend's husband, yada, yada, yada. And now he's pretending to be something that he's not. That's very uncomfortable for a man. Baby, constructive criticism and destructive criticism are real things. If you're always criticizing, you're going to push him away and he's going to end up faking things and that's going to make him unhappy and then the intimacy is going to decline. And whose fault is that going to be? Yeah, because you were comparing. Many of you ladies are not the inspiration that you think that you are. I'm sorry to break it to you. If you're always operating in your comfort zone and you refuse to take risks and you lack intellectual intimacy, you don't go out there and try to learn new things, baby, you're not reaching new opportunities, you're always low in your confidence, you're not really inspiring this person. If this person is trying to grow, and you want to stay and you want to be on social media or on your phone and everybody else's business, and you're not really doing anything to add to his fruition, baby, eventually he's going to grow without you. Pessimism. Stop being negative all the time. Communication. Learn to listen. Validate their experiences. Don't interrupt. You know what? The list can go on. Just work on your communication, baby, okay? Now, I know some of y'all gonna get to the end of this video and be like, Look, if you want a healthier relationship, start taking criticism. Take each piece if it applies and let it apply. If it doesn't, then go on about your business. But if you want a healthier relationship, if you're dating, if you're a girlfriend, if you're a wife, whatever it may be, you want a healthy relationship, baby, take the criticism as constructive. Take it as a learning tool. Use it and change.
Woo!
That's fire.
Woo! Fire. Everything that needed to be said was said. You know what I'm saying? We gotta talk about it. Cause, you know, all of that stuff gets acclimated to the man. But what about the woman? What about, you know, the women that y'all have, you know, all of these guy friends or whatever? But what about, you know, the guy friends that wasn't so much a friend, but you had a situation with? Oh, I had a situation with him, or, you know, it was a little guy and I had a little situation with him, or it was this guy and I had a little situation with, or whatever, or I had a little situation. So why wouldn't you have a situation with the guys that you talking about are your guy friends? Wasn't no relationship. Why wouldn't it be a situation with that? You had a situation, you know, or whatever, but you had them situations or whatever. So now, because you had those situations, you got your mind thinking, making up, you know, some reason because this guy got a, you know, female friend or whatever that looks good in your mind, you know, whose body looks okay or whatever. You automatically think that they got a situation when actually he ain't even looking at her like that or never did. Man. That's not his fault. That's on you, as she just said. What about that? So these things, you know, we really gotta do some soul searching, as she said, you know. Much love to, you know, Iman Shumpert and Teyana. Much love to Jeannie Mai, Jeezy. Much love you know what I'm saying, to Pap and Remy. Shout out Pap for being a good brother, holding it down. You make brothers like me and bro, you know what I'm saying, really look good in our places, man. And, you know, I hope and pray that, you know, you come out of this situation, man, being the same dude you always been, man. We really look up to you as an artist and as a person, you know what I'm saying? Most of all, as a father and as a black man, you know what I'm saying? We really look up to you, man. And you know what I'm saying? You're gonna get every little bit of what you deserve, even if it ain't with Rem. You know what I'm saying? Sorry you gotta go through this, bro. And sorry for all the brothers that haven't felt like themselves lately, that, you know, are giving all to a woman that's not giving her all back to you. You know what I'm saying? Shout out y'all. You know, take time out for yourself. Go find yourself. Take yourself to the barbershop. Go buy you a new fit. You know what I'm saying? Take yourself out. I don't care if you go to McDonald's, sit at the table and eat a plate of French fries. You know what I'm saying? Take that time out for yourself and be comfortable, you know what I'm saying, with you in how you look. Be comfortable getting compliments. You know what I'm saying? If another woman give you a compliment, look, brother, you deserve it. Somebody gave you a compliment. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the brothers out there. But nevertheless, you rocking with the fresh. It's the Kruze Review. I'm 4 Hour Fly.
And TP.
We out of here, yo.
Yeah.
At ease.